If you have not observed the recording on theories of trades, I strongly encourage you to do so before you observe this recording. In the meantime, think about the highest paid professional athlete. It could be in either American football, soccer, basketball, or even tennis. Now ask yourself, should this individual walk their dog? Bear in mind, the question did not state, can the individual walk their dog? The question was, should they walk their dog? If your response was no, then economists would agree with you. Why? Think about opportunity cost and scarcity. Time is a major resource, and professional athletes would probably use their time to specialize perfecting their craft rather than walking their own dog. Instead, the task should be given to someone else who has a lower opportunity cost. In other words, they do not have to give up much time, or they can specialize in walking the dog while the professional athlete can specialize in their craft. This simple example reflects the ideas of David Ricardo's principles of absolute and comparative advantage. Absolute advantage is if the producer of a product produced more of the good using less resources than its competitor, then that producer has the absolute advantage of the production of the good. Let's look at the table below of the two countries, United States and Japan, and both countries are producing televisions and computers in 1 year. The United States is able to produce 50 units of televisions and computers in 1 year, and Japan is able to produce 40 units of televisions and 10 units of computers in 1 year. By looking at the chart for televisions and computers, you can determine that the United States has the absolute advantage over Japan because they are able to produce more of those units in 1 year. However, let us consider the principle of scarcity. If the United States maintained this trajectory of continuing to producing televisions and computers, and we also know that resources are scarce, what will eventually happen to the resources of the United States with production of those items? If you deduce that those resources will eventually become more scarce, you are absolutely correct. Therefore, it would be in the best benefit of both nations to produce what they can specialize in. Herein lies the concept of comparative advantage. Comparative advantage is when a producer can produce the product at a lower opportunity cost than its competitor, then that producer has the comparative advantage. Comparative advantage is achieved through specialization, where each person specializes in the task that they are good in performing. But how do you determine which producer has the lower opportunity cost? That is discussed in the next recording.